The last week, remember that we talking about how we can stand up for yourself. So what I give you was two examples in my personal life, how I try to deal with this kind of situation. And I believe there is some key point that we reviewed last week. If you haven't seen this video, I recommend you go back to the last week. But today we like to focus more how we stand up for yourself and work, because we spend so many hours at work. We spend so many hours with colleagues, with manager, with I don't know, vice president, many people, depend what is the hierarchy in your company, even with customer, right? And this kind of bad situation drain our energy, right? Energy that we can use in something more useful, right? So that is, I think, this very helpful, this kind of content. And so, what in my experience, one of the main key in the office or at professional environmental, is sometimes people take everything personally. So when we are talking about, and I'm gonna give you an example. When I talk about some complaint, some argument that you don't agree, right? I believe I have in my experience, the people that get mad enough is when the people take this one as a personally. And I see that there is two ways to take personally. One is they really thought that everyone is against them or against this person because they thought that the opinion that this person has is not have value. So when is they overreacting, right? And the other thing that I have seen is when the person, for example, when they miss an action or when are delayed for them delivery, and they try to justify his or her behavior or their behavior with some misunderstand, and so they try to be the victim of the situation. So say, I didn't did that because I thought you don't want to like the way that I'm doing my work because the last time you have argued, So it's kind of manipulation anyways. And I'm an expert in manipulation, so for me it's very easy to detect this kind of behavior. So I have one thing is not take personally. The other thing, try to land the message in the more neutral way possible. Try to avoid to and try to be very calm when you are arguing with someone, because the main idea and the main objective is try to work together, right? So if you get emotional, you're not thinking properly, right? And also, we forget about that. When we are part of the company, we are working for some common objective in the company, not for us. The most people made me say that they thought we are working in a company for us. No. We are being paid to do something for someone else. That is the reality. So let's start one of my example. I used to be a manager like 8 years ago for some older than me, and this job, one of the main activities, they have to work on site. That means that they sleep on a camp for a company, and they sleep 4 nights per week. And every person that is assigned to work on site or on the field, they have a bonus, right? Every month. The bonus is not very high, it's like 10% of the salary, but this company is not a company very difficult to work with, and also the salary of this company is not very high. So the people knows what they can expect. Nobody's lying about it. So what happened that sometimes they need to share. If you're working on site or mining, you need to share rooms, especially if you are collaborators, vendors of the company if you are not belong to the staff, right? So we try to setting everything with the client, but anyways, they need to live over there in this kind of situation. So at some point, this guy came to the office and spoke with me and started to complain. So he said that the person that is sleeping in the same room or where I sharing the bathroom, this person is very annoying. It's not clean enough, right? Everything that you can expect when you are share a place with someone that is you never know before, right? So he said, I don't want to this kind of situation. I believe that is not fair, and blah blah blah. And even though when they have a contract for this special situation, the company prepares some addendum for this type of work that they sign into. So by the law, we did everything that we can. So he said the company is not with us. It's not help us. You that you're my manager, you don't care about me. And when there is everything, I'm gonna tell you everything so you can realize my advice how I can apply. You are not helping me. The company never help us. They just want to make money, and I feel upset because this is not the kind of treatment that I deserve, and blah blah blah. So I said, and George is the name of this person, and he was working for the company for 20 years. So I said, first of all, Jorge, I understand that this is not the ideal situation to work with, but you know that part of the bonus is this situation that you need to handle, that we cannot allocate you in a place just for you. It's not in our hands. So if you don't want to go back there, you want to have a different, just your base salary. If the company, it tries to answer every question or every complaint that he said, and you knew before, right? We never lie about it. We knew before. If you have a problem with the company because you think that the company is not protecting you, you need to work with human resource. I'm not the person. I am a person that is gonna assign you work, right? I'm gonna try to setting everything there, but it's not me. You need to go to the department, make a complaint, and explain why you think it's not fair. And about my responsibility with you, I spoke with you and someone else was working over there too, and you knew before. And when you have a problem, I answer the most faster that I can. So I believe that when you said that I don't care or I don't do enough, I don't know what you mean about it. I don't know if you have an example to give it to me, or it's just you upset and you are saying things, right, without to realize that are not true. But I would like to have this conversation in base of facts, not in base of ideas, because this is not that we're gonna resolve the situation. So at the end, he was very calm, and I believe when I start to give it to them some example how we can resolve the situation, he started to decompress this energy and also realize that everything that he was upset was something different, right? And when he put everything together, and he felt more overwhelming, right? Because at the end, we want he continues working with us, but we have more people in the company, so maybe sadly, but nobody is reasonable, right? We can hire more people, even me. So I thought that when I try, and when I have another example, when I was working with a manager in my previous company, We went with my colleague to give us some solution. He give us some ideas. We review these ideas. We are the specialists, and when we go back, we say these ideas is not gonna work for this reason. So at some point, he said he didn't like that we say no to him. So he said, I want you to do anyways, because I am the manager and I have the right to decide. So my friends, that it was my colleague, she was very upset and she started to fight with him and make everything worse at the end. And what I did, because after that we resolved the situation, and what happened and continue happen with him, that is the way that he perceived, he thought that his manager lie down person, that you need to follow the instruction, even though they make mistake, and that is not the way. So I realized at some point that if I don't gonna have a strategy to go with him, I'm gonna suffer him more and more. I'm gonna feel that my opinion is a step up, right? And I need to stand up for myself. So when I continue working with him by myself, what I try to say is, I know that this is your opinion based on what you thought is correct. I'm gonna give you all and I put a table with his ideas and justification what is not working. If after that you still want to proceed with this solution, it's not on me. I can do it, but I would like to give it to you, because I cannot be responsible for something that is not on me. Because I need to implement in something. So I need to send me an email and say, you know what, Veronica, I'm gonna desestimate your recommendation and I'm gonna proceed anyways. So at that point, let me take some coffee. At that point, when I put everything on him, he freaked out. He freaked out and he started to say, no, it's better that we do it that your way. Because when you put responsibility on the person, is when this person starts to think twice about it. Nobody wants to fail, right? So I hope all this example gives some ideas. I have many more, sadly. So here, your struggle at work, I think this is a good example how you can manage this kind of situation. So if you like this video, if you like this content, subscribe to my channel. Remember that my commitment with you, share most information as possible. And as I always said, share information and let's make a community.